It worked out for a brief moment. Today, if she can remain mistake-free, she'll have the same sort of fortune. Back at the front of this one, Hoopalicious now going through the Ascari section, leading Chandler Seda in second place, Pirandi in third, and there is that Red Bull Pied Piper leading his cohorts down into the Parabolica for the fourth time today.
Truckadega Discord part of ARCs. Oh, you don't, you can't see Truckadega. All right, hold on. All right, how about now? Yeah. Oh, Seth, you're back. You want to hear you want to hear my rules? I posted half of them, but I didn't post the other half for whatever reason. I'm gonna read them before we start. Yeah, just do it. Fear lass.
is going in the lead pack. Right now, he's got to hope that he doesn't get again before the end of this stage. He's got to hold and pick up those trucks behind him that are in the draft back there and hold on for a couple more laps.
Fans at home, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We see that the picture is a bit messy at home here. The Xbox servers have been having trouble tonight, and Twitch lately, if you watch the Winter Indy broadcast last night, disastrous, and now you can see here it's falling well behind stand. Apologize. We'll get this working as soon as possible. With 9 laps left, COT himself in the third. Igniter also at the betters, if you will. Quiet in the 6, trying to make his way up. Trucks sliding, slamming everywhere, and with less to go, there's a wreck on back stretch. You can see that 6 truck went for a big spill. Halo, they're going to race it back to the line.
Huge wreck. You got to wonder, is someone going to make it before they get to the line? They're going to of COT Tommy. Can he get any positions? Looks like he wants to go with him. Will he die below him before the line? No position changes for the top 5, and now they'll slow down for the caution.
They'll slow down indeed. Fans at home are going to break while they go ahead and circulate around this track. You are watching ARC's Talladega from Birmingham, Alabama, and what a race it has been so far. Your lead
I think so. Pit road's open. Pit road's open. What's caution speed? What should it be? 65 should be caution speed, 65. We got people going 40.
Just to see if you can make a
lap
drive
down,
back.
go ahead and get your lap back.
If you're out front, though, that track position is crucial. And in the drafts aren't going to do too much for you. But if you're towards the back, I still do suggest come down, fix whatever damage you have, and get 4 fresh tires and get back out there.
That's what these drivers are going to do. A lot of them not coming down pit road, so they're going to form up for the restart. And here you see 2 teammates now on the outside. Jeep in the 45, Twisted Navy in the 98. Those 2 on a team. The 21 of Davey and 3 of Frydog, but they're now at a turn 2 just in your frame is that number 21 Cosmopolitan truck. So with these laps winding down, Halo, let's get to the 21 of Davey Jones. But you can see he's got quite a work to do. What's the best way to scythe and slice through all these trucks to get up to your teammates?
Well, one thing you gotta hope happens is you gotta hope that they don't go single file. It's gonna be very hard to get a lot of people in whatever moves you want to make. But another strategy, if they try that, a good friend of mine calls it the conveyor, but try to shuffle the people on the bottom. That works, then you gain a position, and you repeat the process for the next pass that you make. That's going to be a good strategy that the 21 of Davy Jones can use. If not, though, he can make some good moves going inside and outside through the draft, slicing and dicing through the pack.
See how this works out. The trucks are going to come back to green and try to end stage 1 here. We're going to have 5 laps to go when they cross the line. A couple of teammates in this team at the front. Jeep in the 45. You've got Twisted Navy 98. COT Tommy in that 2 truck sitting in the 3rd position. Let's see if we can get up to the 2 of we have right behind him. That's going to be the 15 truck of Ryland. On the team, he doesn't have a lot of teammates around him. So far, it's like the Jeep team up front has the advantage. Halo, we're coming to green now. Stage.
Looks green that time. I guess they're going around one more, but
oh,
that
no,
15.
One lap of caution. All right, so it'll be 4 to green.
Alrighty. That 15 truck now seems to be carrying the team on his back. He doesn't have many teammates up towards the front. I'm worried starting on the outside. A lot of people around you are going to try to shuffle you towards the back of the pack, which is what I would like to call the danger. Lots of cars squirrely back there. Positions.
That's a long track. I kind of hit the 98. Will he get a spot? He'll get a spot back, right?
You don't want to get caught up in a wreck late in the stage and have to start in the stage 2. They're going to come to 4 to go, and the green flag, the 45 is the leader.
45 of Jeep leading here. There you see up ahead in that Nice Motorsports truck. We're going to take one more short break before we go back to green. Fans, sit tight. We'll have the conclusion of stage 1 in just a minute.
Early, he's hitting the apron. He's all over the place, but he's holding that 5th position now. Or maybe no, he gets up the track. The entire pack may very well go by him here. Disastrous for the 15 as he tries to get back to the bottom.
The Alabama native Pinnell getting the short end of the stick and getting sent all the way to the back. The 45 of G. He's got the 98 of Twisted behind him. Look at the trucks just and get loose in this corner. One truck already in the wall. They're coming to laps to go.
Through the trial they come. The 45 leads, the 98 in second, the 2 and the 94 are looking to see if they can make a move back there. Not quite the time yet. I wait for about 2 to go to try to make that move. The front pack is roughly 6 or 7 with that number 21.
You said this is fun.
With the back of the pack there. 8, 2, 94, 4, 5.
Down the Alabama gang stretch, that 45 continues to lead. He's got the 98 of Twisted right behind him, and Halo has that advantage. He's got a reputation, not just an advantage, but look at Tommy throws under the 98, almost getting to him, but he hasn't prepared for one more launch. We were saying the 98 of Twisted Navy has a reputation, an extremely smooth plate driver, and he's proving that here with just over 5 miles.
To the line they come to go this time by. This is the prime time to make a move. You don't want to wait for too late. But yes, that 90, very smooth plate racer he is. It doesn't surprise me that he's up here with the rest of these drivers. This 45, it doesn't to make a move on him quite yet. The 2 of COT Tommy, as I mentioned earlier, he wants a conveyor belt move. Shove him out of the bottom lane, but it doesn't seem to be working yet. Turn 3, no changes for position. The choo-choo train run.
White.
I can.
Flag will be in the air this time. Bob Jones in that 20 truck. He sits in the 6th position. His teammates are sitting 1 and 2 right now. Here's the leader, Jeep in the 40 feet in the air, 2.67 remaining as they cross this line in stage number 1. The Jeep with 2 trucks, 1st, 2nd, and 6th. They seem to make out with the advantage if they can hang on, but here the move to the outside. Halo, they're going to try the slingshot into 3.
Here comes that 2 Tommy. They are trying to make up a run back there. It doesn't look like they're getting it. That 98 and that 45 are tandem. A little bit of a screw up there by that little second pack back there. 35 and the 98 can just cruise to the end of the stage.
Cruise they will. The 45 leading the 98 out of 4. One more run through the tri-oval. Jeep leading. Tommy sits 3rd. Tommy makes a move to the outside. The 98 throws the block to the lines. Tommy on the outside. The 2 truck to the outside. The 40 to the inside. And Jeep wins number 1. COT Tommy in 1st. Dead heat for 3rd between the 98 of and the 98 of Twisted Navy. And the 4 of Moldy Mud just edges Moldy to the line. What a finish, stage 1, Halo.
I can't wait for the end of the race. If this is only stage 1, they were going to be able to get that run towards the end, but boy, was I wrong. That 2 of COT Tommy came at light speed up side by side with that 9. Almost snuck right and stole the stage 1 win from those Jeep trucks. All faster for the Jeep team, but they hung on. 2 of their trucks, and very impressive from that team in stage 1.
Impressive. It's going to be a fun stage 2. And as we come to the line, COT Tommy Leap is in 2nd, Twisted Navy 3rd, Moldy Muskrat 4th, and now will round out that top 5. Here's Twisted Navy in the 98. 3rd, green flag in the air. Halo 7 laps in stage 2.
It's a the turn 1. That 45 got a nose out front for just a second, but that inside lane's going out of turn 2. If that 40 just hang with that number 2 truck as they go out of 2, he could maybe side by side and have a move into 3, but he cannot. Not quite yet anyway. He's sitting there as 2 by 2 behind that number 2 truck, and the 98 also pokes out behind the that is for the 3rd and 4th position. As there's a car in the wall, the 22 back there got into the wall a little bit as they almost went 3 wide right there. The 15 on the apron, almost a crash, but they save it and they are still going. That number 45 now is getting shuffled as he finally makes his way into what I believe is the 6th position.
We saw almost another wreck there out of the 4th corner, the 32 of Tristan, who got fit onto the truck. Now with 16 laps remaining in this 2nd stage, he's still half, and there are some trucks being shunted into the wall. You saw it looked like the 33 of Friday. Who was under that yellow line, turn 1. Not sure who that was. Nope, that was not Halo. Let me scroll back through that black truck with the green trim. It wasn't Riley. It certainly wasn't Runaway. See if we can find that driver. Look at that. The 15 of Ryland down to the inside in turn number 3. Trucks struggling to hang on out here, Halo.
Big mess in the back of the pack, but we just missed it. There was a move that almost worked. The 94, 33 Well, not the 33. The 33 made a big gain. T now sits third, but the 94 and one other didn't move for the lead. They almost got it. Quite get clear. The 2 still leads with the 90. The 33 now moves up to third.
That was a poor boy 52 in the 52 truck who was under that yellow line in that black. And there you see he got a little bit of love headed into turn 1 as well, possibly a little bit of payback, but he's back on the pay. Now we'll scroll back to the front of this one. Little Gorgon, who went around caution.
Nope, caution. We got a caution on the back stretch. They're entering 2 or 3. It was just a draft wreck. Yeah.
Back with you at the Talladega Super Speedway. Truckadega is the name of the game. Team racing here at Talladega. These trucks in teams of 4 trying to score the most points over 94 laps at this grand super speedway. Halo, it is a fun indeed. COT Tommy leading. Now the team known as DeGrasser Racing are leading with 23 points in stage number 1. That Taped Up Solid has 12 points, Racing with 9 points, and apparently what's known as Beer Money Racing with 8 points. The DeGrasser team, Halo, is that team of Jeep in the 45, Twisted Navy in the 98, Davy Jones in the 21, but we have yet to see in that 33 truck and leader in the very good team in third place, excuse me, is Tommy in the 2, but no mates around him. We're going to come to 11. I'm going to come to 11 laps to go in this stage. You can see the lead they're getting out. Not sure what's going on here, Haley. I'm confused, but so far, we've got one team in control.
They didn't go. I was assuming they would go. But yes, that one team that consists of the number 21, the 45, and the 98 was very, very good. And like I mentioned earlier, 3 of their trucks in the top 10, 2 in the top 5. That number 33, though, wasn't much to be seen of him until at least here in stage 2, where he made up a couple of spots after 2 trucks tried to move on the outside. He's gotten up to 3rd. He sniffed the front of the a little bit, but he wants a taste of it. He's not quite up there yet, but I'm sure he's hungry to get a little bit of that lead.
Hungry indeed. The 2 of COT Tommy leading right now at that 98 of Twisted Navy to his side. Both of these drivers, Thursday Night Thunder regulars. COT Tommy, a reputation for being a master mathematician behind the wheel. No one has better strategy on the track than Tommy. That 98 of Twisted Navy has a reputation for being the smoothest at any plate tracks, and you would be mad to bet against either that 2 or the 98 for the overall race win. Low, I would bet on either of these 2 trucks to pick up the W today, but there's still so much race left to.
I gotta agree with you there, Rick. There's a lot of race on, and I would normally put a safe bet on either of these 2 trucks in any track but Talladega. You never know what happens here. Every truck, at any time, it is a roll of the dice. You might as well go to a casino in Vegas because the odds are all over the place. Right now, they're going to come back to the green flag. We're going to get back going here in a second, Rick. There they go. Green flag is out. The number 2 jumps out to an early lead, brings the 4 truck with him on the bottom. The number 5 follows both of them. The 98, we were just talking about being a very racer, is falling back a little bit. We'll see if the 21 lets him in. He does. On the bottom now, it is a little bit of a freight train up front. 2, 4, 5, 98, 21 is your top 5. Go down the Alabama gang backstretch.
That very, very long super stretch, 3 lanes wide, and now at full song, these Camping World trucks send it into turn 3, and there you see that 4 truck almost getting out of sorts. Here's the 98 of Twisted Navy and the 21 of Nose to Tail. Those 2 are teammates, and here's your stage 1 winner, Jeep Goal in the 45, Pooh Bear in the 16 behind Jeep. Now in that 5 truck sitting in the 3rd. Now as they come to the line, 2, 4, 5, your top 3, 9 laps to go.
A lot of calamity at the front of the but eventually the 2 teammates for 15 is getting shuffled. Currently, the lead is Tommy, as he has been for the majority of stage 2. But the 4 truck now, pretty much up, follows him right behind.
Keep your eye on this 33 coming out of the 4th corner. As you see, the 24 of Seth Dub went below the yellow line. They may have advanced a position. The 33 now running through that triangle behind that 56.
Crash back in the pack.
Part of the leading team. There is a crash. That's the 52. Boy, we'll listen for race control. Racing out of turn number 2, make green, but we'll see. It's just one. Fault control has not sent out that yellow flag. Tommy still leads in the 2.
Very.
And now there's a bigger wreck down the backstretch.
Wreck down the backstretch, not quite as one, Rick. There were a couple cars that went around there, and one spins out on the apron. And you just heard race control. They are going to race it back to the line. The caution will be at pit. strategy cycles in once again with just a couple of laps left to go in the stage. The 4 is trying to make a move on the 2. The outside now. Race to the line. The 2.
Indeed, a little bit of a drag race there. Moldy Muskrat in that 4 of the 2. Now, the 2, 4, 5 combination, none of those trucks are teammates. The 2 of COT Tommy, the 4 of Moldy on 2 separate teams. I believe that 5 truck is all separate team as well. Let's see if we can catch up to him. It's been an exciting race so far, Halo, and we're within the 10 laps here. I believe we have about 7 or 6 laps to go. So we're getting to the stage very soon, and these trucks are getting just a little more impatient.
And that's going to come as the later you go in the race. Later race jitters. It's almost the opposite of a jitter. The start of a Talladega races, from what I've seen over the years, starts slow. You're not going to see too much aggressive racing in the early stages of the race. It's typically in the later part of stage 2 and the majority of stage 3, all the moves being made. Here come the trucks going past. No one goes down so far. You can expect a couple of those trucks in the go, especially the ones that crashed, to go down damage there, Rick.
That's what's going to fix damage, and they're going to go around one more time. Let's take a short break. Watch in formation. There you see they're going to get 2 by. We'll be back for the green flag and the conclusion of number 2.
He didn't open them yet. Did you include the battery? Or
Chat, you are not going to believe this.
we going green this time. Sixty-five should be the caution speed limit.
Back to racing here. Vegas Super Speedway. We're going green this tie halo. It's going to be 4 laps to go. To decide stage number. And there you see Rock NASCAR asking.
Oh, we got a truck in the grass. He's alright, he's alright. He's alright, yep. Oh, he's getting banged around now. Oh, yep, caution on the backstretch, wreck on the backstretch.
A lot of the field checked up, and there's a little bit of a crash in the back. A couple cars
the 22
up
came,
there.
well, he
We'll
was
listen
pushed
for race
into the
control to
grass.
see if that turns out to be a caution. But right now, COT Tommy
And then when
leads
he
the
came
Ford
back up,
truck of Moldy Musk,
but he-
and
then he
behind
was trying
him
to gather it, and then
is
ping pong in between everybody.
we've got a couple trucks behind him. They've got the 5 truck back there, and behind him is the 9021. Those two are teammates, let me remind you. Do we see them in the closing laps of this stage race?
3 laps to go. The 2 Tommy getting a push from the 5 at the line, 2 on the outside, and we are still racing. Race considering throwing out the caution, but they're going to end the stage, and there's another big into the wall. 2 more trucks involved, and they are dropping like flies. Now they're going to race it back. The 4 truck right behind Moldy Muskrat trying to get a push to the front.
Big implication on the backstretch. Oh, a car's got into the entire pack, sat in the middle of the track, barely got away, and the 2 truck looks like he's going to lead the 4 back to the line. The 4 can get a bit of a run. Let's see if he does. Pulls up to the back bumper of the 2. Can he move? Doesn't look like he can. COT Tommy is going to cruise back to the line, more likely than not wind up winning number 2.
Laps to go, my friend. The 4 of Moldy Muskrat right behind him, and there's trucks just getting way out of line. You see one of the Flex Seal trucks, those big bright red machines getting sent out there, and these Flex Seal trucks are trying to get in line with each other, but they just... Tommy still leading with 1.5 laps remaining now, and the 5, 2nd and 3rd trying to get up. See, trucks are starting to get impatient. Halo, white flag next time by.
Very impatient, and it is dangerous to get impatient at this stage in the race, as the trucks are everywhere, dooring trucks left and right, but up front the pack is still pretty composed. A cut broke away there. The 4, the 5, and the 2 have kind of broken away from the rest of the 98 and the 21 still drafting. Now they hit the white flag for stage 2. 1 lap to go.
1 lap remaining. The 2 of COT Tommy just ahead of Moldy Muskrat. The 5 trying to get a move. The 4 of Muskrat, you can see he's letting off, but look at the line that Tommy's running out of the backstretch. Halo, they're coming to turn 3. Muskrat's going to try the slingshot on the outside.
Let's see if he can do it. Pulled up to the back bumper of COT Tommy. Doesn't look like it. He's just going to sit there. I was expecting the 20 to make a move with how they pulled up to the fast, but they're sitting back there 4th and 5th. Yet another impressive stage for this Jeep team, as they're going to 4th and 5th in the stage most likely. And here comes COT Tommy as if to crash out of turn number 4. Here comes the 4. He's making a move. He's pulled up to the quarter panel. Can he make any for the line? Doesn't look like it's. COT Tommy wins stage number 2 in what was all wide photo finish.
Tommy in 1st place in stage, Muskrat in 2nd, Crotum in that 5 truck, Twisted Navy 4th, Davy Jones rounds out your 5. We'll be back for the green flag of stage 3. Here we go, low, Crotum in the 5. to green. Let's see if we can get around. See Tommy starting fourth. We are going. It's money stage, and Tommy doesn't go. Your stage doesn't go.
Big stack up in the back of the pack. The 45 of Jeep got really hit in the front of the bumper. Big stack up at the front of the 5 truck, and looks like one of the Flexio trucks is up there too. 3 wide scramble, 4 wide, 5 wide, and there's a spin on the bottom. The 99 goes around. The 2 of COT Tahoe crashed. A lot of calamity at the start here of stage number 3, and looks like the 5 and one of the Flexio trucks has gotten way out front of the pack in a 2.
They're going to race it back to the line. Race control, they're going to race it back to the line. 22 trying to gain some sort of at the front. It still looks like it's the 45 of it's the 5 of Crotum, and it's going to be a race for second place. The 88 of Bossy Gio to the inside. Here's the 51 of Briley. The 98 of Twisted gets a shunt, and at the line, the 5 of Unbroken, Crotum gets it. Your Unbroken line. The 51 of Briley is in second. Twisted Navy is in third, and they're across the line. What a disorganized start to stage 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish I would have said Unbroken Halo and would have said it was true, because I would have been racing in this. This seems like such a fun thing, and it is very organized at the start here of stage number 3. The stage 2 winner had a disastrous start, as he didn't go when the flag came out, stacking up multiple trucks and undoubtedly giving them major front end damage. I imagine that they stay on the racetrack. They're going to have to pit as a truck in the back goes around under caution. A black truck, I'm not sure who, but they're going to come around this time, possibly go to pit road. With the majority of trucks probably, but a couple takers might come down.
Pit road will be open this time by, and we are going to watch them come down pit road, get fuel and tires, because now I'm interested to see if drivers are going to run a gamble. We're only coming to the 46th of 94 laps, so there's just under 50 laps to go, and it can be a very long stage 3 if these trucks don't have the right setup.
You're absolutely right. They're going to have to nail it here for stage 3. Here comes down pit road along with that second place truck of Bossy Gio. They're going to come down pit road while the majority of the field looks like they're going to stay out. Also, it looks like here an unfortunate event. The 16 of Just Pooh Bear has lagged out of the race, or he has left. He's parked in his. Doesn't look like he's pitting either.
Shame for the 6th here. A lot of trucks not coming down pit road, at least a considerable amount, and it looks like the 51 of Briley in the rowdy, almost mellow yellow looking paint scheme is going to be your. The 98 to his outside, but welcome back into the top 3, Halo. The 21 truck of Davy Jones, who sits in 3rd. He's teammates with the 98 of Twisted Navy to his outside.
Very fortunate for the Jeep team, as they have 2 trucks in the top 5. In terms of events for that team, but right now it's going to be because a lot of the pack did come in. In fact, the majority, I believe, but the top 10 almost came down pit road for some fresh tires and some possible repairs, as they're going to start here and in stage number 3 try this whole restart thing over. The 51's the leader. The 98 is on the outside, right behind 21 of Davy Jones. And then that 94 Napa Know-How truck is to his outside. And then there's that Hooters truck on the bottom, rounds out that top 5. And there they go. The flag is out. The 51 got a nice jump. The 98, he falls back into second. The 21, the 94 in 4th. and it looks like that number 24, I believe that is the 5th place car. Welcome to the top. It's a pleasure to see you up here. We haven't seen many Hooters trucks this race, have we, Rick?
No, we haven't seen many. About 4 in this field, but not many in that top 5. Now going through this field. That 3 truck of Fearless now behind the 88 of Bossy Gio, and they're trying to get their way to the front. And I said that was the Bossy Gio, and that's Daddy in the 88 trying to make his way up through this field. There's Bossy Gio in the 87 Flex Steel entry. Those two are teammates. Sick Nider in the 89, also part of that Flex Steel team, but having trouble getting up through the trucks. At the front, Moldy Muskrat gets a big cutoff. 21 of Davy Jones, 46.
A lot of passes happened up front. The 51 got passed by the 94 Napa Know-How machine, and then he sits in second. The 24 sits in third. The 98 is behind him. Those two teammates seem to be together a lot this race. Can we see them make any moves here, Rick, towards the end of the race?
We'll see what kind of moves they have for us. The 4 of Moldy Muskrat getting a Crotum. Here comes Daddy to the outside in the 88, trying to pinch down that 4, but he doesn't have any help on the outside, and he's going to be left wanting here. You see that 4 truck now scooting to the inside, and there's a stack up there. Trucks, maybe a little bit of lag, trying to find it through each other without to wreck each other. And Moldy Muskrat in the 4 getting sent to the outside. Now 45 to go. He's behind the 9.
They both got sent to the outside. The 4 is going to ditch the 98 up top. He's going to be sent towards, and like we mentioned earlier, Rick, COT Tommy and the 98 of Twit. We were betting on them a lot in stage number. And as you can see, they've both fallen back. And this truck, who's been virtually unheard of this race, now leads the field. Starting to suspect that one of those cars up front is lagging a lot, because there have been multiple lag spikes in front of the field that is very heavily affecting the racing. Does race control penalize whatever truck this is and make them still off the field?
And you saw there was a huge wreck going into turn 3, so the caution should fly. Now on the outside, it doesn't look like it's a contested fight for first, and the engine notes now. Yellow flag is out one more time at Talladega, and Halo, I sincerely hope we're not seeing a burn where these trucks begin to get into each other and start to lose focus of running clean green.
Well, Rick, I'm afraid they might be right in that assumption, in that pattern that we hope isn't going to happen. I mentioned earlier, stage 3 is typically the most aggressive race. Tend to make huge moves that a lot of the time don't wind up working. Huge implication for that 4 truck of Moldy Muskrat, who has been very strong this towards the back as he got collected in that crash. He's going to have to make his way back up to the front by the end of stage number 3 if he wants to have a shot at that checkered flag.
Indeed, and it's still a long quest for that checkered flag. However, these trucks still making good time on this racetrack. COT Tommy in the 2, who is your stage 2, now falling behind, but he's going to catch right back up with this yellow, and pit road is closed. So as these drivers fully circulate around Talladega, we're going to take a break and come right back for the resumption of stage number 3.
Do you use the ketchup in the McDonald's delivery bag or the fridge ketchup? Scholars are divided, but the rules of McDonald's
need to exercise patience, which is something we haven't seen all day.
You're right. Patience has not been the name of the game in this third stage. In stage 1 and 2, they were very, very patient, at least at the front of the pack. Now that's kind of gone away, and you have to wonder, is the majority of these wrecks caused by lag, or is this a rush going on between the drivers? And not mistaken, that number 9 is Boss E. Geo. In that Flex Seal machine, 2 Hooters trucks and 2 Flex Seal trucks in the top 4. This could be, pun very intended, a lot of damage for the Flex Seal team.
A solution for that. Flex Seal. We're gonna go green this time by. Yeah, thanks for laughing there. 3 seconds after my horn. Going green this time by. Daddy leads in the 88. He's got 2 of Gorgon to his outside. There you see 7 of SLM. Nose to tail getting pushy and grabby, but everybody wants to get max points in stage number 3. DeGrasser, Team DeGrasser leading the points with 30. That's the team of Twisted, Davey, Frydog, and in the 98, 21, 33, and 45. And the gap grows. Taped Up Racing. Taped Up Racing. Let's see where we find them. Taped Up Solid is Poor Boy, the 4 of Moldy Muskrat. Quiet in the 78, and Crotum in the 5. Back to green. Daddy leads us to the line. SL behind him. 2 Hooters trucks behind the Flex Seal truck. We are racing once again. 41 laps remaining.
Big out there for the 88 truck, and yeah, you're right, there are 2 Hooters trucks behind him as the 98 looks like he wanted to make a move. The 2 Hooters trucks, and then behind them is that 22 Texas machine, that Chevy, followed by that Napa truck of Dirt to Daytona, who we saw in the lead a lot in this third stage, and a little stage 2 up towards the front. This is a huge scramble of drivers that we've seen much of today for this lead spot. The 8 and the 97 breaking away a little bit as the 97 peaks to the inside. Can't quite get there yet.
Race control. The 89 of Sick Nighter. You saw he just continued to cut people off at not at the front, but just really shoving drivers down that yellow line, and Race Control has had enough, and they have with 40 laps remaining. There he goes, putting the 21 below the line, and there's Race Control saying that's a pass for the 89. Big implications here, and Flex Seal Racing, who is leading this race, now has one of their drivers about to be passed through penalty for aggressive driving.
Like I said earlier, a lot of damage for the Flex Seal team. Is to maybe have one of their drivers get the win in this race, because it is apparent at this that their team ails in comparison to the 38 points that the team of Frydog and the 21 and the 98 and the 45 have. And a couple cars got into the wall back there, and the line, the 88 is still the leader, but the 97 looks hungry for the lead as him and his Hooters teammate are taking a peek to the outside, but can't quite get there yet. That's not a great place to. The 22 got shoved below the double yellow by one of those Hooters trucks. A little aggressive towards the front now in stage.
The 89 of Sick Nighter now being told he has one more complete his pass through if he decides to come down, but now he's trying to make a move on the outside. That 32 of Tristram was outside, who comes down low on the 89, and Tristram now coming down on the 89, who's having a hard time keeping his truck in a straight line. Here's the 94 of Dirt to Daytona, here's the 22, and now the 89 coming to serve a pass through Pit Road, and he's coming in awfully hot. It looks like he might have sped coming Pit Road. We'll have to see.
Another unfortunate term of events for Seal Racing. I called it. It's not going to go very well for them right now in this third stage, except for the 88, who has had very nice success there at the front of the pack. As they go out to no position changes just yet, and as we look at the COT Tommy, we have 38 laps to go.
38 laps to go. The 4 of Moldy Muskrat sitting in line, and you can see these Hooter trucks having a hard time keeping. Gorgon can't get a straight line into trying to force his way under the 51 of Briley through the third corner, now coming through turn. Here's a Poor Boy 52 who's falling well. There's the 56 of Jacob trying to get around
Caution's out. Caution's out. Race to the line. It was a yellow car. Yeah, most of them on the backstretch. .36 laps remaining in the race. Yeah, he would still start the back of the line. Right. Somebody spun the 22.
Of this out, Truckadega come very heated. Halo, the race control still trying to get a hold of these trucks, but it looks like they've parked the 22 and the 89 respectively. The 22 has peeled off, the 89 is peeling off. There's the 22 who's parked himself, now waiting on the 89, and what a disaster this has been.
Yeah, a real awful turn of events as we get to the later stages of this race, but hopefully as we rid out the bad apples, we rid out the bad quality of racing. The number of COT Tommy, as we try and get back to normal here, is trying to make his way up to the front as he pulled a little bit of pit strategy that you mentioned earlier that he's known for. He's up front, up to second place. Can he do anything with this as we hit 34 laps to go, Rick? And after what seems like forever, it looks like we are finally getting back to the green flag. Or not yet. We're still going around again, it looks like. Still pacing. Issues going on in race control. It is a little bit up here. And the issue seems to have been found. The 89 has not parked it yet. The 22 obeyed race control and parked for the evening. The 88 has, the 89 has not yet. Still causing problems in the back of the pack, trying to wreck the trucks under caution. Disaster here in Truckadega tonight. We are try this again. The 32 is the leader, and there's another slow truck up a pack that the rest of them are going to have to dodge as the 99. It doesn't seem like we'll go this time. Another lap under caution here at Truck-A-Day. It is not looking good tonight. A lot of bad apples race that race control is going to have to take care of. A little mess here in Truck-A-Day. We'll see if we can get these issues sorted out. They come back again to the restart zone. We'll see if they can get it rolling this time by to start zone. Yes, they do. We are finally back green at Truck-A-Day. The number 32 got a huge jump. The 2 follows him close behind. The enormous jump on the rest of the pack could be for the number 32 and that number 2 right behind COT Tommy if this pack gets a big run. Further back, we have that number 22 of Richie C USA and that Texas machine, the 22. He's side by side with the 94 for the 5th position, and in front of them is a black truck unidentified at the moment. We'll see if we can figure out who that is. Is a scramble in the back of the pack as they try to get single file and hopefully catch the 2 leaders. Towards the back, one of the trucks that we saw early in the race do quite well is Rylan Pennell, and he's trying to latch onto the back of the draft. Doesn't seem like he had an optimal restart, and as he comes through the tri-oval trying to get to the rest of the, he might have a run, but a lot of trucks it went worse than for others. But it's great up front for the 2 leaders. COT Tommy, number 32 truck in front of him, are flying away from the pack in a world of their own. And as I mentioned earlier, COT Tommy, notorious for excellence in pit strategy, mathematician and a mathematician behind the wheel he is. As there's a truck in front of them, a lap truck, I'm not quite sure who it is, but the rest of the pack still has not gotten single file quite yet behind them, as they're on the apron. They almost do. One truck into the wall, but he makes a great save. I commend this race stay green, and as they come up to the back of another lap truck, the leaders, is that another Flex Seal truck? Is that the 89? It very well might be. Still not parking it. It is the 89. Another that hasn't left it quite yet, unfortunately. He's going to try and block the number 2 of COT Tommy, but they can get this lap truck of the number 9 Flex Seal machine to work with them, and they might be able to pull away the front pack. Right now, he is disrupting a lot as the rest of the pack seems to have. Tommy is trying desperately to get him off of onto the apron, seeing if he can door him. I don't blame him one bit. The rest of the pack is number 51, Rowdy Energy, right behind COT Tommy, losing a lot of ground to the rest of the leaders. The 51, the 48, they are all up there with him. 3 wide with 98 goes the truck. Calamity in the mid pack here, as that number 30 in the lead is pulling away from the rest of the pack. Be happening as we should see the 30 sucked into the draft and get left. But that doesn't seem to be happening right now just yet. As we see the number 45 of Jeep Gold trying to get back into this. He was one of the trucks that started out front this evening. Him and the 98, who are teammates, are lined up. Looks like almost a crash, and a big one happens in the back of the pack. One of the Hooters trucks goes around there. We'll see if the race control calls this a caution. Another one in stage 3, as we've seen a lot of those. But this number 32 truck out front has been very, very lucky to not get draft quite yet. And it deemed that they are going to throw this caution right now. The 98 and the 4 are side by side. The 46 of 5 of Jeep Gold is trying to shove him past the 4. Doesn't look like he can quite do it yet. We'll see if he can get some momentum on the back straightaway. They're not going to get shuffled, as there are a lot of trucks in the 32. Finally getting shuffled, are 3 wide. Up spot almost. The 4 finally gets ahead of all of it. There is a lot of stuff going on at the front of the pack. And there's 2 trucks in the wall. The 45 of Jeep Gold been put in the wall. The 32 is in 4th. 4 been very, very fortunate to get another Flex Seal truck that we haven't seen today. That 87 truck is on the apron. He was battling. He's trying to pass down on the apron, or, as we caution, has come out. I believe it went back that we saw earlier. Calamity as we hit 26 laps to go. We're here as drivers are going to come down and get 4 fresh tires and some repairs to make it through this final stretch. The majority of the pack down pit road. Back our break here at Truck Adega tonight. A couple of positions shifting around as we see the number 4 truck come off of pit road in second. He was previously the leader in that 32 truck, who we saw get out to a lead for a long time, is now sitting in what I believe is the 3rd position, and the going to get lined back up here and try and make a run for the end of this race here tonight. It has been a race of very many ups and downs. In stage 1, we saw a lot of patience in the drivers, willingness to ride single file and not cause many wrecks. In the beginning of stage 2, we saw the majority of this, with drivers staying very patient behind the wheel of their machines. But towards the end, we saw a little bit of calamity. At the end of stage 2, a lot of wrecks were occurring, and a couple of incidents happened, and some bad apples finally snapped. The 22, the 89, all caused problems towards the end of the race here tonight, with the 89 causing problems as late as the last run. 22 has worked it. Now that number 51, Rowdy Energy Machine, is the leader. That 4 truck of Modi Muskrat is going to be in second, who has performed very well here this evening. And that 32 truck of Tristan is going to be third. And then that 87 Flex Steel truck is going to be fourth. I don't quite know his. We'll try and find him here. That 87 truck is Boss E. Geo, a very, very smooth and collected driver. One definitely to watch out for 7, as they are going to pace around again. A little over 20 to go in this very up and down crazy race in Truck-A-Day tonight. Rick James had to leave for a little bit, and now I'll be taking over the broadcast. I'm Unbroken Halo 500, and you're watching Truck-A-Day. A little bit of there in the back of the pack. We saw the number 2 of COT Tommy and get T-boned while they were pacing around this 2.5 mile super speedway, and they are still squarely in the back of the pack, just trying to find their way into a 2x2 setup to get going green here at Talladega. 28 trucks started this race. Not that many are going to finish. This race is getting heated. Drivers, it is very apparent that their hurt feelings are showing, and the 99 just crashed in front of the field. That was huge. Control, more likely than not, will park that truck for the evening. It is getting very frantic in this race here tonight at Truck. I'm Unbroken Halo 500. We're going to take a short break as these drivers try and get it together. Drivers once again entering pit road, probably getting some repairs, maybe getting some fresh fuel and tires as this race continues to slowly wind down under. Just a reminder that we apologize here on the stream for any technical difficulties tonight and in-race difficulties. It's not luck for a lot of these drivers. This has nothing to do, let me remind you, with the organizers. They didn't want this, and neither. We are trying to get everything sorted out. Majority of the drivers come back down pit road.
Back to racing there. Halo, thank you so much for holding it down. And at home, we cannot apologize enough for the has been not only to this broadcast, but to the valuable of all our viewers. We're going to go back to green, be the final green flag of this race. We're going to finish it as quickly as we can. Halo, I believe we have right around 25 laps to go. 51 Rowdy Energy Silverado. And I think we might have lost Halo, but leading in the 50 back to the line. No, you're okay, pal. Good to have you here. Thank you for holding the ship. We're going back to green here, buddy. That's the last green flag of the race. We're going to the end. Briley leads.
And as you saw right there, the 89 truck, who still hasn't parked that machine yet, has doored the 97 coming green flag. He is causing a lot of problem tonight. Race control unable to get him in line this race. Let me remind you once again that this is not organizers of this league at all. This is mainly for the driver of the 8, as this was not at all with the officials and the organizers in. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the racing up front as we 5-truck breakaway at the front.
It's a breakaway front, the 51 of Briley leading this one, coming to the line. It's going to be 2-0. Lap go. Moldy Muskrat in the 4, Davy Jones in the 21, Dirt to Daytona in the 20, Daddy in the 88 on the outside, but Daddy needs some help trying to squeeze back to the inside, Halo, but nothing doing. Breakaway at the front.
Daddy tried to make a move to the outside, but he had no help there. He's going to drop back bottom, and there are 2 more trucks right there that look like they want to party. It looks like that number, if I'm for 45, of Jeep and the number 98, who we saw a lot earlier this race. Look at the run they have flying on the track. He's up to second place, to the apron. The 98 side with the 51. He's going to take the lead as the number 45 follows him. Huge move by those 2 trucks.
Massive move by those trucks, now coming to 19 laps left. 8 is in the lead. Bubba has fallen off at Dirt to Daytona right behind that. Jaco in the 56 to the outside, Briley up ahead in the 51, and they're bottlenecking into one or face the yellow flag consequences, but this time there is no ovation. Fry says, sorry I have to leave, but appreciate that chance to run with you guys. Appreciate you so very much, and once again, we could apologize until we're blue face, but it would not make any difference. The fans at home deserve something better. ARCS will put on a better race for these fans. 18 laps left, and the 98 Twisted Navy is now leading this race.
Those serious drivers in this race do want to put on a nice show, as that 98, who half of the race seemed very content sitting in second place, getting shuffled a little bit, but now finally making his way back up to the front. Those 3 trucks in a team, the 98, the 45, and the 21, all teammates, if they can capture these top 3 spots, they capture the race. That team will win tonight, and they have already led the points. They're even bigger. Down to Alabama getting super stretched they go. Calamity back there behind the top 5 as they try to get single file. We have under 20 laps to go, Rick.
Should be right around 8 to go at the line. 98, 45, 21, and 3 are all teammates. So there's no need anyone to get out of shape. To quote the great Michael Scott, no need for consternation, no need to get disgruntled. Everyone here is perfectly gruntled. 98, 40, 21 across the line, now on the 78th lap of the scheduled 94.
Those 3 trucks holding tight. That number 88 of Daddy wanted to make a move, and he conveyor belts that number 94. A great way to safely gain positions. The 94 and the 88 basically just swapped spots right. The 88 is moving to the outside by the 21 and disrupt that top 3. This has been the only really Flex Seal car we've seen tonight. The other one has caused problems, and the other ones have been nowhere to be found. The 88, though, as I said, he is getting shuffled and freight trained. Those tires were not phased by his attempt.
Phased one bit, and now as they come one more lap, 45 now to the outside, Davy Jones to the inside, Dirt in the 94, still with work to do, spilling through the tri-oval. Now 16 laps remaining in this Truck-A-Diga event. Jeep in the 45 in second, Jones to his outside. Now here's that 21 right in front of Dirt to Daytona, and it seems now the 94 of Dirt, what a move to the outside, but Haley's got no help.
He might have one truck up there, that number 51 of Briley Williams dropped back down, and so 94. A lot of red trucks we see there in the back half of the top 10. I believe that two Flex Seal trucks and a Hooters truck to go with them. Can they make any moves towards the end of this race? 2 Hooters, 1 Flex Seal.
Across that 21 truck in third, bit of a lag spike there. Here comes the Flex Seal team, and we've got a party now. 15 laps to go, and there's a wreck in oval. The 2 of COT Tommy shoved down pit road. What a big mistake and a big way to one, but not the way he wanted. Davy Jones still sitting third in line. Now here comes Dirt to Daytona looking for a move, having a hard time keeping it in a straight line. 4 to go at the line. Halo, at what point does someone make a jump to the outside?
I would imagine it would happen in the last 5 to 6 laps of the race. Right now, these guys want to tear up their equipment and lose track positions. Remember, race control got fed up. There are no more run green to the finish. These laps are winding down much faster now that we have no more cautions to have. Drivers are looking like they have a little bit of patience left, at least until the final couple of laps in this race tonight.
They're going to run it all the way down to the end. Davy Jones in that 21, still behind that 5, and these 3 teammates nose to tail, Halo, but that should give no indication that won't pass each other coming to this line. This team event has almost been wrapped up. Their amazing discipline on the track, but you see the 21 of Davy Jones shoved to the back. It looks like the 45 from Jeep had a lag spike. Now the 21 of Davy under that yellow line, 4 wide coming into the oval, and now everybody's broken up, and this race has been blown wide open. 14 laps to go.
That duo that we hold, 45 and the 98, those are the only 2 trucks from that team left at the front. The 24, slides into the 5th spot after an unfortunate lag spike and get a car or 2. The top 5 is the 98 Navy, the number 45 of Jeep. Dirt to Daytona in third, maybe good in here. He jumps to the outside, but once again gets no help. Briley looked like he wanted to go down, couldn't get there. The 94 drops back in. The number 21 is problems back there, Rick.
Big problems indeed. That 21 of Davy trying to come down pit road, and there is the 45, the 98, and a huge crash. And this will be massive because this is going to affect the leader. There you see the 88 sliding down pit road. It looks like there was some hesitation at the end. Welcome who's just joined. What an absolute calamity and luster this race has been, but it seems like it's going to be a strong run to the finish with 13 laps left. Big wreck through the tri-oval and no more cautions. The end. Halo, we're scrambling to find this leader headed into turn 3. It's the 94 of Dirt to Daytona. Briley's in second. Vapor finds himself third.
What a term of events there. Those Jeep cars tried to come down pit road. This is possibly disastrous for that team. It is a 3-car breakaway at the front, and now they aim to come down pit road. It didn't set enough fuel in the tank despite all of those cautions. They make it down pretty safe, it seems like, as the 94 gets spun there a little bit, but he still makes it down. 2 positions lost for the 98, but the draft should not be lost. Those other 2 trucks that came down, a lot of them in pit road. A lot of green flag pit stops taking place now, Rick. I'm not sure who the leader is.
Though they're cycling back around, the 2 of COT Tommy's going to get his lap back, but right now the leader is being scored as the 56 truck. Jaco now comes to 11 laps remaining. Dirt's in pit road. Fearless has no draft. There's spilled before coming down pit road. Bossy Gio with no draft help as well. Quiet in the 6 car. Go ahead, Halo.
A lot of weird developments in the this race, Rick, that number 56 of Jaco is out there all by himself. Does he have fuel in the tank to make it and just cruise around for these last 10 or 11 laps? Or do we see who, once again, has not been seen? Keep in mind, Jaco has been quiet this race. Not much seen out of that 56 truck, but now, assuming he has enough fuel to make it around, could be in prime to take this win away from everybody who was so dominant tonight.
Dominant indeed, 11 laps, well now 10 laps to go. These six of Jaco. Now, the 56 leading, but he's got this hack coming up behind him. Will they overtake him on the out? Jaco be able to defend? 9 to go at the line.
If I'm Jaco, I want to get caught in the middle of a turn. It is much harder. 3 trucks back there to make a move in the middle of a sharp corner. That might not happen though, as those trucks are coming fast. They might catch him right in line. Through the tri-oval, this is where they're going to make the move. The number 22 Texas machine is going to the outside, taking the 23, right with him, right around Jaco. No contest from that car, and I'm sorry. And now, as we have about 9 or 10 laps to go, a lead change, I believe.
That is indeed a lead change. 8 to go this time by Richie C in the 22. He's got the 23 underneath, and that's a Hollywood Mayo. He's now known recently in these Discord chats. 22 of Richie, and then that 23 truck right behind him. And Mayo patiently sits behind the Don't Mess with Texas Silverado, and they're coming down pit road. Halo, this could be the move, and a spin now would end it all.
Once again, that number Jaco took the lead back. The Don't Mess with Texas got a little bit of a lead, but Jaco, and being very smart, very patient as a friend behind him. He has that number 94 of Dirt to Daytona right behind him in the Napa know-how machine. Is that a lapped truck, or is that a truck on the
truck sitting 1 and 2 right now, 7.5 laps remaining, and look at them weave down the backstretch. But if anything, Halo, they're going to keep their wits about them. Do they have enough fuel to make it? Do they have enough speed to make it? If there's a tandem of 5 trucks, they are.
It doesn't look like there's much around. And Jaco, if he didn't have enough fuel, I think he would have pitted by now. That number 94 truck seems content to ride with him for the time being. But I want to shift the audience's attention to that Jeep team that we saw earlier be so dominant. What happens now that they had that crucial road mistake? Do we see another team come right out from under them and steal the win away? Only time will tell, as we have about 6 laps to go.
6 laps remaining. 7 laps to go, I believe. 7 laps remaining on the track. The 56 of Jaco leads the 4 of Dirt. These two, nose to tail, but still so much work for them to do because they cannot make any mistakes and to have the fuel to make it. Boss currently running all by his lonesome, as is the 89 and the 6 of Quiet. Moldy Muskrat has up ahead in the 32, but now it's a race for the fuel mileage. COT Tommy behind the 97 of SLM, who continues to throw harsh blocks too. No idea what's going on with the 97, but a big there, and the stewards will have to address that at the end of this race.
Number 56 of Jaco was not on fuel. He came down the road just a minute ago. He's sitting in his pit stall right now as he just exits. Big implications there, I believe now. Or no, the number 94 was a lap truck. According to COT Tommy's stream, the 56 truck is still the leader of the race. And now those trucks that we mentioned earlier, those Jeep trucks, just went by them. Still seems the 56 is the leader. If he makes it out here clean and he can stay out front, Jaco might steal this from everybody.
I hate to burst your bubble, Halo, but there's a new leader in the number 45, Plan B Motorsports Silverado. Is Jeep Goal leading Davy Jones in the 21 and Darth Vapor the 00. They are leading this race to the final 5 laps.
You're right, Rick. I'm sorry. The stream did just update that number 21 and that number 45 are in that front. Can this Hooters truck behind them steal the win away? Or will the trucks, who we talked about just a minute ago, having possible points implications? I'm sorry, they are back in prime position to still win as a team. Keep in mind, it is not about a single driver winning the race, but rather as a team. As a small lag spike there shoots the 45 out in front. Not the flex seal. The Hooters truck right there is swerving around behind them. They have only a few laps to go till the end of this up and down race, Rick.
It's been a very, very unique event for one. Certainly a lot of trolls, for lack of a better word, in this event, and there's one, the 89 of Sick Nighter. Fans at home, if you're watching this, just be on alert. The 89 has been causing nothing but problems. Racing areas one more time, and running Truckadega here to the bitter end with no yellows. However, Halo, it seems like the four who started on the pole won the first and very nearly won stage 2 is right with Jones in the 21. For all the disastrous events of tonight's race, I don't think you can say that these top out of place.
Oh, you definitely can't. Have been very good all night, and it just shows the skill at a place like Talladega. If all of this chaos has taken place and they still hold the lead, the pit strategy worked out for them perfectly. It is just them, as that 00 has lost their draft. They can just cruise for these final laps of the race. Will we see a move out of the 21 on the final lap to see if he can maybe steal the win for himself?
3 laps. Tell that story now on the 92nd lap of competition. Jeep leading, Davy Jones is in second, Viz third. Now, coming turn number 2, Halo, here comes Davy Jones in the 20. He's going to get a great tow up to the 45, but does he push or does he attempt the pass? It's only 2 trucks.
I believe that this is going to be a pass attempt. You don't drop back that far unless you're trying to get a run on somebody, but I think he's going to catch him at the incorrect time. There he goes. He made a small to the outside, but he couldn't do it. You have to catch the guy you're trying to pass on the straightaway, or it has no chance of working. You mid corner, and the truck just takes away any momentum that you gain. You have to catch him on the straightaway, or you can say bye-bye to that pass.
2 circulations remaining at the Talladega Superspeedway. Jeep leading in that Plan B 5 Silverado. The Cosmopolitan of Davy Jones sits here in second place. 45, 21, 1 and 2 to end this Truckadega. Here comes the 00 now with help from the 89. He's got a tow. Does he bring that 89 with him? 5, hang on. And what does Davy Jones do? You can see he's hanging back.
I think he's once again up a run, and if he can get it before they come to turn 1, he might be able to make this pass. He's catching him at the correct time this time, through the stretch and into the tri-oval. Here he goes, making a move to the outside. The 45 throws the block. Still single file as 1 lap to go. The 21 to the outside, going to turn 1. It's not going to work. The 45 gets back clear. Can the 21 do anything as he lags behind the 45 in this lap?
Now down that Alabama gang super stretch. The 21 of Davy Jones behind the 45, attempting to pass on the outside. He's going to try it, but he doesn't have the momentum, Halo. Now out. Davy thinks better of it. Now tucks in behind that 45. 1 corner and a tri-oval remaining at Talladega. The finish line is in sight. Just on the horizon is the checker for Arcs Truckadega. Jeep throws the block. Davy to his inside. They make a little bit of in the tri-oval. It's going to be a race to the line. The winner of Truckadega is Jeep. Made it in that 45. What a way to finish this race, almost premature.